election.
Madam President, I rise today in support of the nomination of Matthew Maddox to be a U.S. District Judge for the District of Maryland, and I urge my Senate colleagues to confirm his nomination. I joined with Senator Van Hollen to recommend Judge Maddox to President Biden. President Biden nominated Judge Maddox to this position in March of this year in order to fill the vacancy created by the retirement of Judge Paul Grimm in December of 2022. Senator Van Hollen and I worked to establish a judicial selection committee in Maryland, including an open application process. In particular, we sought out highly qualified and diverse applicant pool. Our committee interviewed several dozen applicants. Senator Van Hollen and I then personally interviewed several finalists before recommending names to the White House. I strongly agree with President Biden's goal to nominate judges with excellent legal credentials from diverse backgrounds, from both a professional and demographic perspective. And today we have such an example of an excellent nominee from Maryland. Judge Maddox was born and raised in Maryland and lives and works in Baltimore. He graduated summa cum laude from Morgan State University and HBCU in Baltimore in 1999, where he majored in philosophy and religious studies and minored in psychology. After receiving his BA degree, Judge Maddox was a Fulbright scholar and taught high school through the Teach for America program. Judge Maddox received his JD degree from the Yale Law School in 2011. After working in private practice and serving in 2 judicial clerkships, in 2015, Judge Maddox was appointed as an assistant United States attorney in the District of Maryland. In this capacity, Judge Maddox prosecuted a range of criminal cases and conducted trainings for law enforcement on the topics of human trafficking and identity theft. In 2020, Judge Maddox was selected to serve as Deputy Chief of the Major Crime Section in the Northern Division of the United States Attorney's Office. In February 2022, Judge Maddox was sworn in as United States Magistrate Judge and sits in Baltimore. Judge Maddox now presides over both preliminary criminal proceedings and civil lawsuits by the consent of the parties. Judge Maddox, therefore, also brings a remarkable experience into this position, having served as a federal prosecutor for nearly a decade and now having served as a magistrate judge for over a year and a half. If confirmed and elevated from a magistrate judge to a district judge, he would continue to serve in the same court where he now sits and practices for many years. The Judiciary Committee favorably reported Judge Maddox by a bipartisan vote in September of this year, and the American Bar Association Standing Committee on the Federal Judiciary awarded Judge Maddox a unanimously well-qualified rating, its highest possible rating. I was delighted to recommend the nomination of Judge Maddox to President Biden along with Senator Van Hollen. Judicial nominees must meet the highest standards of integrity, competence, and temperament. I am confident that Judge Maddox will safeguard the rights of all Marylanders, uphold the Constitution and rule of law, and faithfully follow the judicial oath to equal rights to the poor and to the rich. Judge Maddox will serve the people of Maryland well if confirmed. For this lifetime appointment, Judge Maddox has a strong legal and judicial qualifications and has demonstrated a track record of public service. Let me conclude by saying I know that public service is a family affair and sacrifice. I particularly want to thank Judge Maddox's family for sharing him with the people of Maryland in the interest of public service. Again, I urge my colleagues to support his confirmation, and with that, I would suggest the absence of a quorum.